dfzradio.com.
Feeling so high. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Cook up that hydro make me feel high. Feeling so high. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine.
Cook up that hydro. Welcome. It's 5 o'clock. You know what time it is. The DFZ Radio Kitchen Studio is open. I am the hydroponic chef, all up in your radio listening holes. So we got a good show for you this evening. We got Saint on the soundboard. You know what's good's on his way to the studio. He's running a little late. He's getting split. You know how it goes. He's probably getting high in traffic. And then, we're the only show bringing you cannabis cooking reviews, edible reviews, and gardening tips and advice. So sit back for the next hour. Get comfortable. I'll take your order. This is Farm to Table Cannabis on dfzradio.com. Thank you to our sponsors, General Hydroponics, Botanicare, all the other good DFZ Radio Kitchen Studio sponsors. And we got a good show for you planned today. So sit back for the next hour and just hang out.
Listen up.
We're going to introduce you to the good folks over at the they have an event coming up. And in the studio today we have the California Cannabis Connoisseur Club. And we also have the chefs from the event. We have Chef Chelsea and Chef Mike. They are a private chef couple extraordinaire, gracing their presence in the studio. They look real good together, real happy. So go ahead and say hi, everyone.
How's it
Talking
going?
to that mic. There it is. All right. And then none other than Lucy herself from Lucy Goose Edibles. You know what's good. So, we're going to try some of these edibles. We're going to talk about some grow advice. We're going to talk cooking techniques with these awesome chefs in the studio. And we're going to talk about the upcoming events. So many upcoming events. We also got an upcoming event at the end of the week, too. You know that, Saint? The California Cannabis Awards.
That's right. I'm going to be there.
Saints, you can check Saint out from DFZ Radio. You run in there. He'll be wearing his tux with his vest. He'll look like a waiter, but trust me, he's not a waiter. But he will take your order.
Catch an interview with me.
There it is. That's what's up. So we like to keep you up on the local cannabis news in the industry. And this week we're going to start off the show with another article from the LA Times by Patrick McGreevy. Jerry Brown, he's proposed the funding for investigating crackdowns on California's illicit marijuana market. And Governor Brown proposed Friday to create 5 teams in the state's Attorney General's office to investigate California's black market for marijuana, and they're going to go after firms that receive state licenses or that haven't received state licenses in compliance. So a lot of the regular legal cannabis companies are complaining that the illicit growers are cutting into their profits. So Brown has allocated $14 million to target illegal cannabis activity, with an emphasis on complex, large-scale financial and tax evasion investigations. The governor's office said in a statement, the team also will focus on reducing environmental and other crimes associated with illegal cannabis market. 4 investigative teams will be located in Los Angeles, Sacramento, Fresno, and San Diego. A 5th team focused on indirection will be based in Sacramento. The budget proposed was welcomed Friday by the state licensed marijuana sellers, who have said the illicit market is thriving and has a competitive advantage because it does not pay steep taxes and licensing fees. They go on to say, we have consistently maintained since full implementation of the licensing and regulatory framework in January that the additional enforcement is essential to addressing illicit activity, said Amy Jenkins, a legislative advocate for the California Cannabis Industry Association. So she said that the state needs to also address barriers to entry. The legal marijuana businesses, including what she describes as high taxes and regulatory fees and an extreme lack on local authorization, which are significant impediments to compliance in the regulated marketplace. The enforcement crackdown was also welcomed Friday by Assemblyman Tom Lackey, a former California Highway Patrol officer who has long been calling for action on the black market. Any effort to fight the biggest enemy to the success of compliant owners is greatly appreciated. Doesn't that sound like a really harsh statement for someone who's also in the cannabis industry? But enforcement, they say, is also necessary because the federal government is more likely to intervene in California's regulated marijuana industry if it appears a large segment of sellers and growers are breaking the law, officials said. And one sign that fewer sellers that expected to obtain license fees. The governor's revised budget released Friday estimated the revenue from excess cultivation taxes on pot for the first 3 months of this year totaled only $33 million, well below the pace needed to meet the $185 million budget projected for the first 6 months. Jeez. So money will not be provided. I mean, who's selling that tree? I'm not getting that cat. I mean, no one can get rid of shit right now. So I don't know where those numbers were inflated to begin with. But State Finance Director Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen. All right, same name, not that guy.
Not that guy.
Not the Trump guy.
Not that one.
That was just a minor coincidence there. Had to go back and they said that we got phones. Oh, Saints, phone's ringing. We're good. During the interview, that doesn't happen on live news, but that happens during the cannabis news. Money will not be provided until 2019. They go on to say that the licensing, we're not expected that the turnover in time will ramp up more people that get licenses and that the more people will get into the system, Cohen told reporters. So it seems like it's going to get a little bit more complicated, you guys. There's a big fucking shutdown coming. Wow. They're setting it up. They're implementing these regulations. I mean, this is what we heard about when they talk about Prop 64, and a lot of people wanted legalized recreational cannabis, and that's what you got. So
no doubt.
With that comes the enforcement, and there's one way to make things not look that cool anymore and make it legal.
Yeah, right.
So you guys, we're happy to have you guys on the Farm to Table Cannabis Show. We're gonna run right into this, and you both come from the industry, and we both come from cooking side of things, and Lucy, you also come from the cooking side of things. So Chelsea,
awesome.
Mike, thank you for your first time appearance on the Farm to Table Cannabis Show.
Thank you for having us, man. This is awesome.
Should we get into this and talk about cooking techniques and eat some of these Lucy Goose edibles? I mean, they're sitting right in front of us.
I think any occasion starts with a little edible eating. So
you
by the end,
you guys wanted to try the
animal
cookies. So what Lucy, describe these to us as we go in.
All right, guys. So I brought two different edibles today. I make 6, and so you're getting to try 2 of my most popular ones. Devin is opening up the chocolate-covered pretzel. So it's just like, an organic pretzel, lightly covered with chocolate. There's no cannabis flavor because I'm using distillate, so that's like a huge part of my whole business. So the animal crackers just taste kind of like the animal crackers that you buy at the store.
But they're not the animal crackers that you buy at the store. And this is what blew, right in the beginning, me and Mike both were like, oh, okay, so some animal cookies, great. She infused these. No, she made the frosting herself. She coated it herself, and you infuse the distillate yourself. That's a rarity nowadays because so many people get a gummy bear, they spray it with some CBD, and they call it a medicated edible.
Totally. Oh, yeah. We sit there painstakingly and dip each cookie or each pretzel in chocolate. It takes forever, but I cannot do it any other way. So shout out to my girl Melissa, who's the one that actually helps me dip all this shit all day long. It's crazy.
All right, and so chefs, we have Chef Mike in the studio. He's not joking around. If this is bad, he'll tell us. What do you think?
Those are awesome.
All
right, now Chef Chelsea.
Are these circus animals?
They are.
My God.
Oh yeah, they're that cookie that you want.
The cookie that you want covered with the edible that you need.
Yeah, I even made them pink and white, so it just looks the same. Yeah, you would.
And here's the thing about the edibles, and this is the one thing I said as soon as I seen them too, is that when you're doing them yourself and you're not buying them on the shelf in the store as you would say some animal cookies, they have that extra additive to it that makes it last that long on the shelf.
Totally.
So these being that fresh, you really got
it's a big difference. It's the difference between having a regular Snickers and having German chocolate Snickers.
Right.
Yeah. So you've also got new flavors and you've got new classic stuff right here. You've got the classic marshmallow treat.
Yep. So I do all the different kinds of Rice Krispie treats too, because even though I'm gourmet. Everyone loves Rice Krispie treats,
it's
so
the stoner
I just
treats.
keep making them. I know.
It's the stoner treats. But the whole thing is, me and the wife, we've been going to a lot of sessions and stuff like that here lately, checking them out and everything.
Of course.
And there's an abundance of edibles around that where they're taking, say, a gram of a concentrate of a wax or something, and they're putting it into these edibles, and they're like, oh, there's 1,000 milligrams in that edible because I put this
what
would you call it? What's the best word over the radio for it? Poop
Terps.
soup.
Oh.
No, poop soup. They're taking poop soup wax, and throwing it in these edibles, and then saying it's 1,000 milligrams because
And
It's
they
a full gram.
And it's like, get out of here.
Come on, get outta
you
here.
know? It's like,
Yeah.
And that's why
so-
we're glad to have a panel of chefs on the studio, board tonight, talking about what we got going on here.
Oh,
So now
yeah.
you guys come from a background in cooking,
Yes,
and
definitely.
now you've shifted over to you've always enjoyed cannabis, or when,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
when did cannabis come into your guys'
Oh,
life?
I mean,
Well, I mean-
cannabis has been in my life myself since I was about like 14 years old.
Okay, all right, without
been
incriminating yourself.
Yeah,
18?
allegedly,
Allegedly.
yeah. As my buddy Blue over at Cannabis Talk 101 always says, it's allegedly, 14. I was, taking those tokes while I was on the skateboard and stuff like that. But, the chef thing, I've been going about 9 years. The wife, she's been going about 14 years strong. She's got a few years on me, so she knows a broader range of things than I do. But
So Chelsea's been cooking with cannabis for a little bit longer.
oh no, just
well,
cooking in general.
Cooking in general,
being
and
a
then
chef.
cooking with cannabis, I've kind of always done since high school.
Yeah.
I grew up by the
She was
beach.
that
That
chick.
was kind of what I did. So just kind of always done that. Did edibles for dispensaries for years out in Riverside, and then now we're doing all of this infused food for high-end events.
So that brings me to the California Culinary. To the Culinary Cannabis
Connoisseur Club.
Connoisseur Club. Sorry.
That's a tongue
Culinary
twister.
Connoisseur
It's a
Club.
lot to say when you're high off those Slimer dads.
Yeah, it's those
he got
Slimer
the
dads,
chef.
man.
He got the chef split.
Yeah, my buddy over there at Lost Boy Farms, man, he's doing his thing with those sauces, man. They're just awesome, dude.
Now, for this Culinary Connoisseur Club experience, you guys are producing the menu. This is going to be their
Yes.
first event,
First one.
and this is going to be something people can learn more about at your guys' website. Go ahead and give that website out. What is it?
It's the ccclub.com, I
Thank you,
believe.
sorry.
Sorry, it takes a second. He did the
Yeah.
same thing to me right
See,
before we went on.
The wife's the one who gets us the gigs and stuff like that. Like our normal gig is movie production catering and stuff like that. So she does all the paperwork, and I'm just the one that shows up.
He just shows up and
and
cooks.
cooks for her. She
We're
does
always
all the
the ones saying
plug-in.
everything.
She goes out and does the plug walk, and then I pretty much come in and do the beat and dry part. But.
He gets to show off in that area.
Attaboy. So we've got some samples to give away. We've got some more interview to do. And we got Lucy Goose in the studio. We're going to eat some more of these edibles. We're going to get split and talk about the Connoisseur Club.
Let's do
so DFZ Radio, 562-653-0707. Call in to win some Rapid Start. We'll go over our product of the week coming up.
Really got grind, but I really got time, and I really get high. When it comes on the dime, and I really got time, and I really get high, and I really do try. Oh yeah, pass me by. 2 more steps until we fly. Use this breath until we sky. 2 resets and still we try. 1 more fresh, now I'm on this rise. No more rest till I test these highs, and I pray we smile, and I play these smiles. 1 more step till I brave these skies. Funky type, funky type, bump it like, yeah. But I can enter through the funky type, bump it like love it a bunch. I got a feeling that the ceiling's off, call it a hunch. We got the romper room, bang a beat, boogie we slay, so light the world up. And show me your hands, I see the run around the universe was part of the plan. Like a kaleidoscope, life is dope. Life is dope, like a kaleidoscope. Hunger keeping me focused. I hope you notice to avoid the hocus pocus. Now we looking explosive. And acapella, hear a beat there, it's getting ferocious. And all the wild crocodiles steady writing my opus. But oh man, she had the baddest eyes. I'm talking hypnotized. It's like she patting
and sunrise from the summer skies. From just a look, she got me stumbling on improvised. Deserves a Nobel Prize, I mean like baptized. Don't mind me dipping in that holy water, hold me harder. Hold tighter, the turbulence got a little stronger. Beat mama from the Bay to the Bahamas. Rock a mic in my pajamas, spitting promise like the Dalai Lama. Why I oughta, but I'd rather rip a rapper. Cut away from all the drama so that you can meet my mama. But in the meantime, I cut a clean rhyme. Cut a clean line.
Oh yeah, pass me by. Yeah, pass me by. Use this breath until we sky. Until we sky. No more rest, no more rest till I test these. Yeah, times and I pray we smile to play these. Pray these skies.
Yeah, light the world up. Like the world up. Bang a beat. Bang a boogie.
Make it be no thing. Yeah, you wouldn't believe all the places you'll go, things that you'll see. And if it's still no thing, ain't it there to come back? I'll be there before you leave, waiting on the side of the track. I flew when you push me. Ain't it there to come back? I flew when you push. Waiting on the side of the track.
Launch crew, ready to reservoir.
What's the load factor, sir?
Bringing the Riser Blast liquid at 2 mils per gallon.
Okay, sir. We are loaded and ready to launch.
10, 9,
Okay, men, it's time to blast off into the plant's root zone and into another galaxy of root growth.
Rhizoblast is a proprietary blend of seaweed and the single-celled algae chlorella. Chlorella's abundance of amino acids and minerals contribute to its value in hydroponics. The benefits used in Rhizoblast are explosive root growth, the use with any growing medium or hydro system, its ideal use for transplanting, and the enhancement of your plant vigor in fast-flowering plants. Let your plants have a blast and see a world of a difference with Rhizoblast from Botanicare. Check it out at www.botanicare.com.
From the herb in my garden, it wake me up in the morning. Officer, me I beg your pardon. I get my meditation from the herb, but this me use for ease my nerve. From the herb in my garden, it rise me up in the morning. Officer, me I beg your pardon. I send for Babylon, stop fight the herb, cause it come from mama.
Say I'm ganja like my ganja, now tripping on the molly, sharpening my panga, reveille to curry, got babalas from Bali, internationally, from South Africa to Amsterdam, locally smoking major, one of a Ghanaian, tell you straight, no chaser, ex-Amaka plan is raining paper, she know she the one get it from nature, chatting at the bond, no I'm not normal, yeah I am not formal, yeah I am immortal, I'm more than many, I'm not ordinary, they try locking me up, I ran over the key, who said that money didn't grow on a tree, when you're not tripping on dollars you're free, from another planet, space or the sea, they got to see, nobody on the level with us, blowing out that freedom smoke, you say I'm too dope, blueberries in my kush, not the usual, orange crush, make a salad bowl, this is crucial, smoke with us, good for your soul, like that blue stuff.
From the herb in my garden, it wake me up in the morning. Officer, me I beg your pardon. I get my meditation from the herb, but this me use for ease my nerve. From the herb in my garden.
All right, welcome back, Farm to Table Cannabis, dfzradio.com. So before we get into the rest of that interview, got to give you a heads up. You can catch me May 27th at Ziggy's Smoke Shop out there in Westminster. We got the event going on for Weed for Warriors OC chapter. We're going to be giving out free gardening advice and gardening samples and products from the good sponsors over there at GH Botanicare. And we just want to give back to the veterans. Weed for Warriors is a great organization. They take care of their brothers out there, and the least we can do is go out there and give some hydro back to them and show them some of that hydro swag love. So come out, check it out. Everyone's invited to check it out. Not everyone's getting hooked up. So it's a veterans event. Come check it out, May 27th at Westminster, California at the Ziggy Smoke Shop. So we're back. We're going on.
Hey, by the way, I've had these edibles before.
Oh yeah, you've had the Loosey Goose edibles.
I had them at a trap shop over in Lomita.
Herbal Solutions.
Yeah.
She makes her way in. She makes her way in everywhere.
You know. Trap shop, you say Herbal Solutions.
They were great customers.
The pink and white frosted animal cookies.
Yeah, they're right here. We're munching on them right now. They're great.
How funny.
They're awesome.
I've actually had those.
Dinner
I
on
like
the radio.
Them 'cause they actually taste still like the cookie as much as like that fucking strong weed flavor.
Yeah, man. We were just talking about all that.
Thanks,
man.
guys.
So Jerome, let me introduce you since you just got here. We got Chelsea and we got Mike from the culinary cannabis culinary cannabis connoisseur club. Yeah.
What is it?
Culinary Connoisseur Club.
I
There we
ruined
go.
that. You guys
Say it
fucking
3 times
ruined me.
fast.
There you go.
Mission
There you go.
accomplished. Yes.
So yeah, they are doing an event, and let's go over the menu for this upcoming event. You guys got some ideas what you might be serving?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fine dining with just a twist of a little infusion. So it's gonna be a 5-course meal for about 40 people. Tickets are on sale right now for what I think it's $300.
Well, it's a membership situation.
Oh, yeah,
So
so
you go through and you become a member of the organization, or not the organization, of the club. And we do dinners every month. With your membership comes one free dinner, and then you can purchase tokens to go towards the next dinners as well.
That's what
it's
it
a
was.
networking situation. We also have an on-site illusionist, and he does a lot of fun stuff. So, because we want to have...
He doesn't make edibles disappear, right?
No.
I make edibles disappear.
He does like some, it's a live action
I make bacon
thing.
disappear.
Because,
Magic is always good.
It is. It really is. We're all so busy in the hustle and bustle of all of this. When you're networking, it's kind of fun to have somebody, pull a nickel from behind your ear. I don't know what they do. I haven't been around one in a long time.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't
Well,
know if I wanna do that after a meeting.
Whoa.
Not at all where I was going.
So check. So in this event, is this a medical event? This is a rec event? How's this event?
Well,
work?
it's a private club. It's a private dinner club. So the locations are constantly changing. We will have options to self-medicate. It's all going to be in microdoses with each course, and they're going to be infused oils. We're going to be doing some sugars that go with the dessert, all kinds of things like that. I'm going to do a bunch of different options. Being that this is our first one, with any startup, we're going to be just only growing. So moving forward, we're going to start playing around with a lot of different of the molecular gastronomy touches with terps and mixing them and making caviars out of it and different things. So we're really excited.
Real technical. With
Yeah,
that. So,
we're gonna bring it to another level. They want to stick to some fine dining and stuff, and like we were saying about the menu, we're gonna start off with something like a nice gazpacho shooter or something like that, and then we'll move on to a dish where will either be an Italian-based raw fish dish, which is a crudo or something to that extent, or it'll be more of a Mexican base where it's like an agua chile, and then we'll do like a nice chili oil that's infused, and we'll take like some type of lemony terps, and we'll get some agar going, and we'll drop that in. And like I was telling,
now you talk about really unique cooking techniques. You were telling me about the agar before the show. Now, I mean, when it comes to my cooking technicalities, I'm like, very, mildly versed. But he's talking about all these different ingredients. And now explain how the agar can solidify up in a ingredient almost like a gelatin.
Yes, it does actually, and it's really cool to watch if you check it. Look at some YouTube videos and stuff, and stuff like that. It's really easy to use. You know what I mean? As long as you're into the exact science of what's going on when you're doing like a foam that you're going to add some terpenes to, like some lemony terpenes that you're going to throw over some clams or something like that. Those are all things we're going to be playing with. But so here along the lines, we're just going to be doing like more oils and stuff. Like for the agua chile in the lime juice, there'll be some chili oil, that will be infused, and we'll do it in small doses. We don't want people laid out, you know what I mean, while they're eating this 5-course meal.
And that's about, you guys are, I see you're talking about medicating responsibly.
Yes,
when
exactly.
you're doing the medicating responsibly, and I noticed you're talking about the 10 milligrams.
Things like that,
We're going to do very small, and we're also going to have the same oils not infused for people who don't necessarily want to medicate but want to be part of the networking event. So you can partake or not, but you can still be there, because there are a lot of people that are in the cannabis industry currently that don't necessarily smoke, recreationally, maybe more for just medicinally at home and, things like that. So it's really open to anybody that wants to be a part of it.
Now, Mike, I heard you talking about doing different pairings in there for different courses. So are you going to do a CBD course in there?
Oh yeah, we'll be
we have a sommelier that's going to be working with us, and we also are working to pair all of the different courses with the different types.
I've been to a place where you take a rip and it changes the flavor of what
does.
you're eating.
Yes,
Wow.
for sure.
Completely.
For sure.
Hey, what was that event we were at with Rye Pritchard and those fucking guys?
It was something for the grow off, but it was it was the first time I had risotto.
We had like 16. We had
What are
like,
they doing?
we had like 16 different
Risotto is
courses.
his thing.
Without risotto all your life.
It's like fancy ass
risotto
rice.
That's
it's
his
my
thing.
thing.
That's
It's my
what he
thing.
does.
That was
Did you like
actually
it?
gonna. That was actually gonna be
Hey,
on the menu.
I looked at Tyler from the Heavy Tea Show and I was like, dude, I am fucking uncomfortably high right now with this event right now. I was so split.
Yeah.
I always thought that they over medicated everyone on that show. Like I love the show, but I always thought like, wow, they're putting a lot of
They're showing us how to do
putting a
it.
lot of milligrams into each course. They're like
you gotta
grading it
understand.
over. Like
We're in the golden era of cannabis and cooking. It's like we're breaking
Yeah.
the
Most
doorway
definitely.
in, because there's really no way to tell people how to do it unless, we got people out here, like the good folks at the Connoisseur Club, showing people how they can medicate and different ways to do
and
it.
do it
So
responsibly, to
That's
where
it.
you're not laid out at the end of the meal, and learn the different ways that the strains do affect your body. The sativas versus the indicas. We want to do mostly sativa dominant strains, because we don't want people to be, you can't network when you just want to sit down and
fall asleep.
Right.
you know.
I just want to put it out there. I have survived over 3,000 milligrams of edibles at one time.
but
Yeah.
you
Allegedly.
honestly,
Allegedly.
No,
That is-
hey, we can do it right now.
there's a reason
Was it
why.
tested though?
I'll boof test anything up to 3,000 plus milligrams at one moment.
Nice.
There's a
nice.
reason why
Impressive.
this guy's the co-host every Tuesday nights, because this guy can eat cannabis edibles when it comes
That's
down
right.
to it.
We'll have to sit down one day.
I felt really bad when I broke down to the scientists at our work today. I was like, man, and I told him that story. He's like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, well, look, dude, the last time I didn't smoke weed was June 21st, 22nd, 2005, Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And mind you, even when I had my tonsils out, I still kept the record alive. And it's just like, Jackson Hole, Wyoming in 2005 did not have weed at all. And you didn't want to ask anybody because you thought you'd get shot or go to jail. So
what did you do? Just eat like
oh no, it was like a
oregano?
hangover for
Oh.
2 days. I was like, when you drink too much, you gotta
Yeah.
pull over and you feel not. I felt like that from weed. It was terrible. So I just vowed to never not smoke, and we'll never have that problem.
interesting.
Never not smoke, you said.
Yeah.
I'm preventing cancer.
Stay
every
medicated.
So, dessert courses.
Oh.
Yes, we're actually going to have 2 different dessert courses. We're having a savory one, and then we're also having a sweet one. I'm going to do some really nice infused golden sugar to put over the top as an option. We're going to try everything from, some tempura battered cannabis leaves and different things like that, which is probably where we'll work in the CBD portion of it. And we've got a lot of different cool ideas, and
Got
this
some
is just the
fresh
first
pasta
of many.
coming out. Yeah.
So you
got-
do the
Sweet.
cannabis infused pasta. Can you guys elaborate on how to do that? Because a lot of people wonder
Actually-
how to do the infusion.
That's
on that.
proprietary, man. You can't ask them that.
Actually, I don't want to do it in the pasta. I mean, it would be great. You can, and it would be really easy to get it in the pasta. It would just be all about how you make your dough and the consistency of the dough.
Not
and,
necessarily.
well,
All you would
and-
just do
Oh
is
yeah,
infuse
tell him,
inf-
Cheryl.
Sounds like
I
a
mean,
rap song. It's
Well,
all
I
about
mean,
the
I'm the
consistency
one
of
that knows all the
and how you
infusion.
Well, because I'm not a
that
dough guy, you know.
I
I let her do the pasta doughs,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And so all I know is like when you're actually making it, You know.
Okay, so if I were to make it, because I don't feel like you should keep things a secret. I feel like everybody should
Everybody
be
should
able
know.
to learn how to do
Always,
this. I'm not going to give
always.
you my measurements or anything, but I could share with you the steps. All you would do is find an infused olive oil and then use that in
Shout out to our
your-
homie at CB Daily Eats for the olive oil sponsoring the show.
There it
Ooh,
is.
We should talk.
Plug talk. Plug talk.
But we definitely, that's what I would do. I would just use an infused oil and use that as either half and half it, where it was a half infused, half regular oil mixture. Use that for my base of my pasta dough, and then that's all that I would do. You could also, throw on some kind of, I don't know, any kind of sugars or flours or things like that if you really wanted to get laid out from it. But I think that
The olive oils, I
Yeah.
noticed that most of the olive oils in the industry too, they're mostly 1-to-1, 1 milliliter to 1 milligram, which is really easy for dosing. If you're
Yeah.
trying to do
Yeah.
15 milligrams is a tablespoon in one
that's
recipe,
smart.
that's enough to get you where you need
Yeah.
to be when you need to be.
Yeah.
So,
Well, she's the one who's been the pastry chef and stuff like that for a really long time. So when
It's-
it comes to like the doughs and things, I pass them to her. She tosses them to me. Then I just go
And
out
it gets
bust
real
out,
savory,
and
doesn't
then,
it?
and you know what I mean. And I just go through and I do the rolling, and there'll be like tortellinis, beef tortellinis on the menu and stuff. We'll do like an infused basil oil to drip into the broth that will be, or the au jus that'd be down in the bottom of
intricate.
it and stuff like
I
that.
dig what I'm buying what you're selling. We're gonna
because
take
it's
a
our
call
first
real
time.
quick. You guys ready
Oh,
to answer some
yeah,
questions?
dude,
We got,
definitely.
What
Let's
about
go.
olive oil you could dab and eat?
Oh,
That sounds awful. That sounds
oh,
horrible.
that's like dabbing some e-juice.
Let's
No.
get Jerome an olive oil dab.
right? I'm like, how could
Farm
we
to
do
table
this?
cannabis. You're doing olive oil dabs with Jerome.
Hello?
Hey, how you doing? Is this the super fan Mike White?
It is.
Hey,
It's-
prolific
it's
Mike
just
calling in. This guy wrote our theme
super
song.
fan.
Oh,
This guy
nice.
wrote our fucking theme
Wow.
song.
That's
Shout out to
awesome.
prolific Mike. You can check out Mike.
Yeah.
Mike, what's your website so they can go buy a T-shirt and support your album?
It's prolificmikewhite.net.
Mike
There it is.
White.
.net.
Dot
.net.
net.
All right. So
I
what's
have
up? You got
.com.
questions?
I just built the .net first.
All right.
So I
So
gotta-
you got
handle
cooking with
that shit.
culinary questions, or we just
I
we just
do.
hooking you up
I-
with free airtime?
I try to think of a good one.
Free plug talk.
I try to think of a good one. So my question is, for people that don't want any of the psychoactive parts of cannabis as far as eating it, is CBDs like just straight up a cooking possibility, and is there any like flavor benefits
said
or
pasta.
like negative?
You hear what he said?
Do it.
A possibility.
Possibility.
Uh-huh.
I think that's
I got it,
really-
Mike. Prolific Mike got with the good question.
That was a good question.
Because you just talked about the olive oils, right?
Yeah, definitely. CBDs would be your way to go because you would get, the relaxed feeling that CBDs provide without getting the psychoactive sides of it. And you were about to say something, so I don't want to.
Oh no,
Or
just
maybe like it would absorb into your body in a different way.
I think
than,
that some of the
I don't know,
effects
more
are different.
organic kind of way.
I
Right.
think if you do
No,
weed all
CBD
kinds of ways at a
CBD
time.
has a
CBD.
natural
They're-
what is
you.
it, anti-inflammatory effect.
Yeah.
You know,
CBDs, they're a different chemical completely out of the hemp plant. They're made from hemp most of the time, and most of the CBDs that you're going to get on the market today are made from industrial hemp, not from the
Right.
actual cannabis
Yeah, so
plant.
totally
So
Right.
you don't get the THC, which gives you the psychoactive effects. You just
Absolutely.
get it's the feeling of kind of taking a really intense ibuprofen, and you just feel better. And it's got anti-inflammatory benefits.
Does it
it
help
helps
with pain?
It helps with
So
pain.
why
It
is
helps
it
with blood
Schedule
blood
1?
flow. Well, that's
Ugh,
because
such
they need to
bullshit.
control it. Because
Like you did it.
now,
Why is it why? Tell me
well,
now.
no, like don't get me
No,
started.
that's just-
Because
So
honestly,
Sounds good.
honestly, the reason is because Big Pharma wants to use it and use its benefits to be able
Yeah.
to make money now that they're
Most
seeing the
definitely.
possibilities of it. That's the
Thank
honest
you.
truth. for it.
Abilities.
So-
Everyone's on pasta. Am I too high for this?
pasta.
Am I the
This
only
guy
one
makes the
catching
pasta.
this?
Someone should have brought pasta.
I know, right?
Jesus.
Maybe I'm just saying.
All right. So, Mike, thank you for the question. You're always good calling in, dude. Shout out. Hey, Weed for Warriors is
Yeah.
listening in. Yo, check
I
them
wish
out
I
May
could- I could
27th.
make it out there for all that shit. But,
So you can make it
know.
out for this. We're going to hook you up with some tickets to the California Cannabis Awards. And you got 2 tickets sitting in here in the studio for your homies or you, all right?
Shit.
Yeah, we hooked
Watch
you
out.
up.
I wanna
Who's
go.
hook-
So I know,
Do you have
right?
tickets for
I'm
us?
so
I
jealous.
know. I'm sitting over
Who's
here like,
hooking-
how do I win?
thank you.
I'm
Who's
going
hooking
to
you
call.
up every Tuesday night on DFZRadio.com?
Oh, it's the Hydro Chef and the Farm to Table Cannabis Show.
That's
You
right.
know
Thank
it.
you, Prolific Mike White. We're going to play some of your music
Thank
coming
you.
up, bro. Peace.
All right, bro. Thanks.
All right, so let's take a commercial break. Let's pay some bills. Maybe some other people could get some shameless self-promotions, and we'll move on to the next
Hey,
part of our interview.
self-promote this. Here, puff that before we even light that. That's
Puff
some
it,
key
dude.
lime pie that we grew at the Beach Center, Liberty
Wow,
Canis,
it's a fat
biz
one for everyone who
motherfuckers.
can't see.
That's a
He's
nice
such
one.
a jump over
Is
the
that
table
backwind?
right
Yeah.
now.
It's a bag, but what's inside? That's some key lime
Key
pie.
lime on dfzradio.com.
Beach
Key
Center.
lime.
Come get it.
One on the side, one just to ride, when the other one acting up. Roll with me and got matching trucks. One clean when the other one catching dust. How about you and me? Let's paint the town like no one else exists but us two when we skate around right. I can't deny it, no keep quiet, this kind of love. No, she's so worth it, so perfect. Can I tell you what you remind me of? Skateboard, baby. Cause I wanna ride you, I wanna ride you. Something like tape, yeah. Cause I can't wait to lay you down, and I plan on riding all night, yeah. Till the sun comes up or the cotton lights flash. I'ma play the top, you just play the bottom. As long as you rollin', you know that I'm riding. I'm about to slam it like a car door, keep you on all four, give you it hardcore, how you deserve it. You already know the ledge, live life over the edge. I fucked with you on the red. Look at all the blood that I bled. I took the fall, but I got up, brushed myself off, and I kept skating right to where you were located. That ass deserved an ovation. Time with you never wasted, and our conversations are spoken mainly through body language. Concept is complicated. Before I grind, I'ma need some wax. This kind of coping don't crack. I prefer to keep my bands on when I'm climbing in from the back and say I'm keeping her grounded, and she keep me on wood. My bottom bitch, I admit I don't treat you like I should. Skateboard, baby. Cause I wanna ride you, I wanna ride you. Something like grip tape, yeah. Cause I can't wait to lay you down, and I plan on riding all night, yeah. Till the sun comes up or the cotton lights flash. I'ma play the top, you just play the bottom. As long as you rollin', you know that I'm riding. There should be no debate on where you came from. Birthplace, that Golden State. I rode an 8.5, non-ply, no rollerblades on my toes. Before this thing went in vogue, I was still skating on bones. Even had a brigade of my own. Anxious, couldn't wait to leave home. Yeah, to hit a curve and some stairs. The herb in the air, to drop in the bird, I was scared. I had a board I named Medina. After abroad, I was seeing both remind me of each other. And the reason I knew it would end in pieces. And I'd have to find another treat that rubber like a helmet. That was advice from my brother. Treat my wood like my woman, and my woman like my wood. Oh yeah, she bad, and that's bad. Feeling good, you remind me, boy, baby. Cause I wanna ride you, I wanna ride you. Something like grip tape, yeah. Cause I can't wait to lay you down, and I plan on riding all night, yeah. Till the sun comes up or the cotton lights flash. I'ma play the top, you just play the bottom. As long as you rollin', you know that I'm riding,
Have you ever been interested in gardening with dry fertilizers? Well, you're not the only one, and let me tell you about Vermicrop Organics and their line of organic dry fertilizers. Healthy plants with a simple 4-step process. Step 1. Just measure out a half teaspoon per gallon of soil or 2 cups per 12 square feet of soil surface area. Step 2. Apply evenly to the soil surface. Step 3. Blend into the top layer of soil to avoid caking. Step 4. Water thoroughly. And that's it, simple as that. Great for vegetables, fruits, flowers, potted plants, trees, shrubs, annuals, and perennials. It's Vermicrop Organics VermiVeg 744. Along with the VermiBloom and PK Boost, you will have a complete line of organic nutrients and a garden that will thank you with a great harvest. Looking for an even simpler way? Then check out the Vermiall 666. This game-changing mix is formulated for all stages of growth in the fast-paced garden of champion vegetable and flower growers. And check out the Vermi Bat Guano Fertilizer and the Vermi Blood Meal Fertilizer for feeding oversized, nitrogen-hungry plants. Learn more at vermicrop.com. That's Vermicrop, DFZRadio.com.
DFZRadio.com.
So if you wanna catch a groove, wanna feel the siren vibe, I said just rock and come in, you know, said the vibe is right. Yeah. So bring your queen, I tell yourself loud the machine tonight. Yeah. Cause it's a funky reggae party and we feel the vibe.
All right, we're back. Farm to Table Canvas, DFZ Radio.
Yo, yo.
562-653-0707. So our product of the week is the Rapid Start. Rapid Start is a combination of the willow bark extract along with the alfalfa meal. Jerome knows about the alfalfa meal. Now,
Was it I'm sorry.
Rapid Start.
Rapid Start. Use it at 1 ml per gallon, all the way from the beginning of veg, all the way through flower.
Boom. You can cut it out week 3 because you don't really build roots after that, but you can keep using it because it'll prevent root problems. So it's a win-win either way.
It is.
Rapid
definitely.
Start. Good folks over there at General Hydroponics are sponsors.
Hey, it's a great product, and it's probably half the price of most of those rooting enhancers out there on the market.
It's
Bada
true,
bing,
too.
bada
It's
boom.
true.
You heard it from You Know What's Good himself. So we're here.
I love that.
We
song.
got
I actually used some of those samples on the grow up.
They're
plan,
so
dude.
good.
We got Lucy in the studio.
What up, what up?
We got
Juicy.
Mike in the studio.
Yes, indeed.
We got Chef Chelsea in the studio. Well, we're doing our thing out here talking farm to table cannabis. They got the upcoming Connoisseur Club event. And when it comes to the event, it sounds like you guys got everything planned from hors d'oeuvres all the way through the main course. And you guys got the dessert on point, too.
5 whole courses.
So if anyone wants to become a part of this event, and it's a private event, how do they get in touch to become a part of this wonderful event?
Well, you can go to the website, which is the ccclub.com. And it has all of our membership information. And if you are any licensed vendors that might be interested in sponsorship, we're looking for some flower sponsors and different things. So please
Yes,
don't hesitate
indeed.
to contact us through our
Always happy for
Instagrams or
sponsors.
through the website. You know, it's a great way to showcase your product. There's a lot of people that are in the industry. A lot of media sponsors are going to be there. We are teaming up with a lot of different fun people. So, yeah, that's the end of my shameless plug.
I feel like we
Well
should
done.
connect about that.
Yes, I was just thinking as I was
Yeah.
speaking, I was like, we need to talk.
Now,
Yeah,
Lucy's
I
a
know.
master networker, like really
I
when it
am.
comes down to it. They tried to shut her down on Instagram, but they
Hell
couldn't.
no.
They couldn't keep a good edible chef down. You know
Dude,
it is.
twice. They shut me down twice.
Mm-hmm.
The last time that I was here was the day I got shut down off Instagram. It was
Oh,
so
no.
crazy. Yeah, I was like, Devin, oh my God, can you believe this? And
We went and got her 1,000 followers that night.
Yeah, easy.
dude, and then a
Let
couple
us
of
log
days
in.
later, it got shut down again. My
No
backup
way.
account. Yeah, it was
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Someone was out to get me that week. It
So
was
Chelsea, it's
crazy.
hard being a woman in this cannabis industry, and like you coming in, what you're doing, and Lucy, you guys coming in, like you both jump in on this subject. What are some of the the hurdles you've had to overcome when it comes to like trying to be a chef in this
People
evolving
taking you
cannabis?
seriously.
Yeah, the guys that think that they know more than you do.
Yeah, totally. It's like almost like you because you're a girl, like you obviously know nothing about weed. And
Yeah,
it's like,
just
actually,
because you're pretty.
Actually, I've been smoking for a really long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that there's so many cool girls. Like Chelsea and I just met, and I'm already like, oh, she's cool. Like there's so many cool girls that it's
Yeah.
easy to network.
Well, that's
We're
one
kind
of the
of
reasons why
females.
we had to have a co-host with some testosterone in them with me because like 90% of our guests are females, right? Like
We're kind
it's
of
just there's
taking
so many
over.
females in this industry, and it's not
What?
it's not so much. I wouldn't even say so much taking over as you're not going to give away a free opportunity to advertise. And like most men, they're like, hey, I built my brand, I did this on my own, I don't need the free plug. But on our show, there's paid advertisement and then there's free guests, and we love putting a spotlight on good guests like yourself.
We're hustlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Female
mean, like I have
hustlers.
a post on my Instagram and it says collaboration, not competition, and it's so true. I mean, the more we all work together, the more we can all grow because it's such a growing industry.
Yeah.
We're all learning, and it's it's in such an infancy that we can all she knows more about things that I don't know about, like these
like you know more about
animal
baking
crackers
than he
and
knows about
this.
savories.
These amazing
I
things
know about
wanna
like
eat.
packaging. Like I have other knowledge. That
Yeah,
could be,
and
like, really valuable.
everybody has something to add to it right now. So the more that you collaborate, the better. And then all these people that are fighting against each other are just taking each other out, and it's just not helping. So
it's so interesting.
No more promotions taking bong rips and like G-strings and stuff. When
Oh my
I'm so
God.
sick
I
of
know.
that shit.
I'm so tired. I
It's
don't want
like,
to see
do you
dads
want to
on
see
TV.
me in a fucking Speedo
Yeah.
taking a bong rip?
Yes.
I'll do it.
Let's start a
I
thing.
will.
All the
At
guys
the
need to
Golden
start a
Shadow
thing.
Dabber will have
Holy
one.
shit.
I
Let's
will
all
do it.
start a thing, dude.
I will do
wait.
it. And it will be like a mock
All the
dad
men need
of
to do it.
those Instagram
Hashtag
posters.
dads and dabs.
Dads and dabs.
In
There it
thongs.
goes.
Shirtless
In
dabs.
thongs.
Yeah.
Do it in Speedos, no shirts,
Yeah.
and then like dance around like while you're
No,
taking
don't
the
encourage.
hit.
Don't encourage him, Chelsea.
No,
Don't.
I'm
Hey,
gonna.
I'm
I'm
doing it.
No,
I
I'm
need your
helping.
Instagram because you're gonna see it. And your
No,
Instagram
back-
and your Instagram.
Anyways,
Wow, guys.
reel it
Wow.
in.
Now with the
Doing
cannabis,
it for the gram.
before we get off the thongs and stuff, before we do the cooking part of the show.
They don't have them in my size, dog.
Even
That's called
better.
a
There you
That's
go.
the
That's,
point.
that's the more hits.
We're losing it. We're losing it.
This is
But
gonna end up
now-
being a thing.
That Slimer, I'm telling you.
Mostly,
It's bomb. I love it.
now mostly olive oil infusions. I've noticed on a lot
I
of
do
your
cho-
a lot of your guys. Now,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I infuse everything that I do myself. I still, like we were just talking about this. I do it old school. A lot of my butters and my oils in a crock pot for 2
Slow
or
and
3
low.
days, really slow, then strain it out and make a big old mess. But
Yeah.
that's just because that's how I've always done it. But, we're going to start playing with a lot of and I have been kind of playing around with it for years, but like really actively playing around
We'll
with
start playing with the
the
terpenes
different
and-
distillates and the
Yeah,
terps
exactly.
and
Distillate's a totally different high. So
It
it's like
is,
you
yeah.
can literally have something with weed butter and
What
then
do you do
something
with the
with
distillate? You
distillate.
take a puff on your pen?
No,
eat,
you
puff,
infuse
No,
it.
it's infused into the
Eat
food,
puff.
and that's something I want to try to do. I want to be able to
No,
show
dude,
that
you can cook with distillate.
you can.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that. Couldn't you infuse anything that way? I'm gonna infuse this with weed right
Oh my
now.
God.
You
What if
can.
there was like
Here
a...
we go. The old school way.
Yeah, the
I'm
old
gonna
school
eat
way of
this
infusing
I'm gonna
it.
eat- I'm
well,
gonna eat
and
weed
that's the
while I
great thing
smoke.
is we are gonna have flour there that is accompanying to the food that we're offering you, giving you the natural terps of it. So it's it's all an experience. The entire thing is a big experience, and I want to be able to show that sometimes we're gonna have like you were just saying with the differences of the high. Like tonight is a weed butter high, this time is a distillate high, next time is all CBDs, this time is this. I want to offer all those things. So
Totally. Yeah. I love the
All right.
distillate high.
so what's the
Gonna
date?
have-
So good.
What's the date of the event?
the first one is June 9th, and then we're going to be doing them every month, 1 to 2 times per month, and they're planning on expanding to Los Angeles as well. So we've got a lot of great things
Where did you
going
say,
on.
sorry?
It's down in San Diego.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
San Diego's hopping for cool
Fantastic.
weed events. and
They're
everything.
and
they're very
there's-
open to
and-
serving the community when it comes to cannabis events.
Yeah, and we're working with Ease. We're doing, an employee appreciation event where we're going to do a dinner and some cooking classes because Michael and I also have teaching experience in our background. So we're going to be offering cooking classes to some larger companies and a whole bunch of different cool things through the club. It's just this is our main thing to start is this dinner, and it's just a jumping off point for a lot of cool events.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And Lucy, for you, what's coming next? You got the packaging now. We see you got the packaging.
Looks beautiful, by
You're
the
still
way.
you're still in the 215 arena.
Thanks,
Do you have
guys.
any interest in the 64 side of things?
Yep. The goal is in the next couple of months to get everything in order. It kind of sucks because they made it really hard for like little guys to really become legal. So it's definitely a process, and it's going to take a while, and it's going to take a lot of resources pulling from all different places to get this shit together. But the goal is to, it's the perfect thing for the new weed smoker, the micro doses like we were talking about earlier, like keeping it low, consistent. We're just working on making more really because we're maxed out every week. So every week we get more dispensary customers, and every week more people want to eat them. So right now I'm focusing on growing and actually like getting kind of like a foundation together so that like when I'm legal, I can be in, tons of shops and tons of people will have access. So yeah, it's
Growing
exciting.
or gardening?
Super awesome.
I like to garden.
I see. I like to play on words.
Yeah.
The edibles are no
Stability.
doubt good.
Well-
I can speak truth.
And
on
she
that.
make
Yeah.
and she makes them. She makes the edible portions herself. You know, it's not like she's just spraying a cookie.
I'm not lazy.
Yeah, no, these are delicious.
Or rolling a Jolly Rancher around in some sugar
I
and calling it
know.
an edible.
Yeah,
or
that's fine too, but
Let me ask you this, Mike, Chelsea. If you weren't doing this, what would you be doing?
Oh, actually, what we do is
another shameless promotion.
It is one, but we have a catering company together, and we
That's
do
fantastic.
on-set movie catering and stuff. So
There we go.
That's
All
what
right.
we actually
like in the
do
rugged,
to pay
on
our bills.
location, in the middle of nowhere, like
Yeah.
interesting.
like weird, you know, pulling up and having to use the headlights from our car for the light for the breakfast because it's so early and the guys haven't set up the lights yet.
Yeah.
So
it's really neat. I mean,
yeah,
that stuff's
it's
really
a lot of fun.
That does sound fun. Not infused though, right?
No, not
no.
infused.
Get them all high.
Not yet, right?
There's smaller indie films, and we've done a web pilot. We have IMDb credits for it and stuff like that. So now when we go in to bid on these things, they see we have IMDb credits, and they're like, all right, we're going with them. They've already been through because it's a hustle and bustle, you know. It's a marathon of cooking for us. We start at like 3 a.m, and then dinner's, you know, done and getting washed up by 10 o'clock at night.
Jeez, that's
Right
a long
on.
day.
And then that's when
for
our
like
day
14
ends.
days straight.
That's a real
Yeah.
chef life. That's why I got out of this. I wasn't built for that shit.
But then the great part
see-
about it is we don't have to work for another like month and a half. because
Exactly.
we
We
get-
do one gig, and it keeps us held over on bills, and our kids well fed and
Taken
dressed,
care
you
of,
know,
you know.
for a month and a half.
We
each
let them
year.
out of their cages for the
So-
And then you have time to do your weed.
Yeah,
all
and
the
that's
other
why-
fun
Cool.
stuff.
That's why we've been dabbling
Yeah.
here and there in the industry a lot more often.
That's right.
Because we're out in Desert Hot Springs, where like the big old cannabis things going.
all the legal growing.
All the big old legal grows are going up and stuff. So we up and quit our jobs. We both had 9 to 5s as chefs. She was an executive
mine was
chef.
definitely not a 9 to 5.
Well,
but-
they were longer hours, but you know, our typical day, you
Yeah,
know,
worked for someone else.
Yeah, we quit our jobs, and we were just tired. I had full medical, dental, all that stuff, and she was exec chef of some big old catering company out in San Diego. We said, forget it. We weren't happy. We were living paycheck to paycheck for a small place in San Diego, so we quit our jobs, moved to the desert, and we've been doing movie catering and dabbling in the weed industry a lot more often. So
there we go.
Yeah, it's what dreams are made of.
Check them out. Chelsea and Mike are going to be at the Culinary Cannabis Club. We're going to go on to our cooking part of the show, and we're going to play a commercial, pay a bill.
Oh,
and
you're actually going to cook on the show for once?
on the show for once.
Come on. Where's
Does
the
this guy
flame?
even watch the show?
I want to
don't
see
even
George Foreman
So,
next
dude.
week right out here.
And we'll be back. We'll be
smell
back
the
to say
smell.
goodbye in a minute after the portion. We're going to do some cannabis infused lamb rice from Mediterranean style.
I'm going to get my lemon rice and puff while I do it. Infuse the shit out of it.
The last
Attaboy.
time I was here was Thanksgiving. Remember?
Yeah, that was a good one. DFZRadio.com.
DFZRadio.com.
Welcome back, DFC Radio Kitchen Studio. The Hydroponic Chef's got another cannabis-infused meal. Welcome back, DFC Radio Kitchen Studio. The Hydroponic Chef's got another cannabis-infused meal. This week, we're going to do a Mediterranean-themed rice with some lamb and some garden fresh vegetables, and we're going to infuse it with some CB Daily Eats cannabis-infused olive oil. We've also got some Mediterranean spices, some rice, and some chicken broth. We'll pull all these flavors together for a cannabis-infused Mediterranean feast. So let's get started on our vegetable prep for this Mediterranean lamb rice. So we've got some nice mushrooms. We're going to slice up these mushrooms, and we'll get these into some small workable pieces. And rough chop is fine. Then we're going to get some shallots in there, and we'll get those cut up too, and the vegetable flavoring for our rice. So let's finish up these mushrooms. Some shallots, cut the end off to make it flat. Get that skin off. You want to cut your shallot nice and thin. let's finish up cutting our peppers. And I like these peppers. They're real versatile. We use them in a lot of recipes. And when you're growing your peppers, it's important that you're using a high quality supplement to focus on root production. They say bigger roots gives you bigger fruits. All these jalapenos and sweet peppers were grown using our Rapid Start from General Hydroponics. Rapid Start is a combination of willow bark extract and alfalfa meal, and it helps lead to prolific root growth and help lead to plant vitality, which leads to bigger fruits. And we like using that in our pepper garden, and ain't nothing more special than a hydroponic pepper. And you know what the nosy hydroponic pepper does? It gets jalapeno business. You gotta be careful with those gardening jokes. Can you dig it? So now we got all our vegetables finished. We're gonna get them into a bowl, and we're gonna get our lamb and our beef right into this same bowl. We're gonna let all those flavors get mixed together, and we're gonna mix this up using about a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of some coriander, and also another teaspoon of some turmeric. Real healthy recipe, real healthy spices. We got the cannabis infused olive oil that we're gonna use in here too with the CBD Daily Eats. Now you're just gonna get your hands in here, you're gonna get a little dirty, but we're gonna get all this mixture mixed into the meat. Then we're gonna take this whole mixture and fry it all together in some CBD Daily Cannabis oil, and this will be ready to put with the rice. So we're gonna let this chill for 30 minutes, let all those vegetable flavors and those spices get into the meat. Then we're gonna get these pita bread going, infuse it with a little bit of that CB Daily Eats, and then we're gonna fry up this meat vegetable mixture in that CB Daily Eats for a cannabis infused Mediterranean feast. So this lamb rice dish is a really good showcase of Mediterranean flavors with the CB Daily Eats and those infused medical benefits. We're also gonna take some pita bread and we're gonna slice them up into triangles, and we're gonna infuse them with some of that CB Daily Eats. And this is where you can get as creative if you want. And we've got some tzatziki sauce. You can take some CB Daily Eats and put a tablespoon in there. We've got some hummus, and then we've also got some Greek yogurt over here that we're gonna take some cannabis infused olive oil. We're gonna put a little bit of lemon in there, and also a little bit of tarragon for a nice dip for these pita chips. So I'm gonna lie them out on our baking sheet. And then we're gonna take about 3 cloves of garlic, mash those up. We're gonna take a tablespoon. This is a half a tablespoon. We're gonna get 2 of those in there. And we're gonna mix that up together, and using a little brush, we're gonna get this garlic and oil mixture brushed right over the top of each one of these chips over here. So we got about a tablespoon of CBD infused olive oil. We got about 2 tablespoons of garlic. Let's brush these pita chips. We're gonna go into speed up mode, and we'll finish this and start some rice. Pita chips are about to go in the oven. We've got some great dipping sauces we're going to use for that in our rice dish. We've got some tzatziki sauce, we've got some hummus, and then we've also got some Greek yogurt that we took some CB Daily Eats and a half the juice of a lemon along with a tablespoon of some tarragon. Mix all that flavor together, and that'll be on the base for our bed of rice that has the lamb and the beef mixture in there. So let's get these pita chips in the oven, 375 degrees. They're going to cook really quick. 12 minutes at the most. Let's get our stovetop going, brown up that beef lamb mixture for our cannabis infused Mediterranean lamb rice. We got a large size pan on the stovetop. We got 3 tablespoons of the cannabis infused Daily Eats olive oil. Then we're gonna take that lamb rice mixture. We're gonna get that right into the stovetop. Break that up, sizzling up already. We're gonna brown this up. Get all those vegetables and all that meat and all those Mediterranean spices melded together. That's when we'll throw in our rice in about 4 minutes when this is nice and brown. All right, so this is almost finished up. I wish you could smell this. It's got the flavors from the cumin and the coriander along with those jalapenos, those peppers, and everything has got the herbaceous steam going. This is when you're gonna throw in your rice. We've got about cups of rice. That rice is going to get basically activated. All those meats, oils, and vegetable oils are going to help coat the rice, help start letting go some of that the rice. And then After this is done cooking and picking up all those flavors for about 3 minutes, we're gonna throw in our vegetable broth. So it's about 1.5 cups of rice to 3 cups of chicken stock. So you mix your rice in without the liquid yet. You're gonna pick up all those little brown bits on the bottom of the pan. You're gonna get the rice coated, and now it's ready for that chicken stock. And unlike risotto, you can add all the chicken stock at one time. We're gonna bring this to a boil. We're gonna incorporate all these ingredients. We're gonna get the lid on and let this sit for about 20 minutes or until the rice has completely absorbed all that water. So let's mix this up. You're gonna pick up all those little brown bits in the bottom of the pan, and now let's get the lid on, set a timer, and we'll check on our pita chips, who should be almost done right now. So let's pull this together for a cannabis-infused Mediterranean feast. All right, so let's check on those pita chips. They look about done, but you never know they're done until you test them. And you know, you gotta test your own food. The proof is in the pudding, so they say. Oh yeah, but it's ready to go. Crispy, fluffy. So after about 20 minutes, your lamb and your rice and everything is done. We throw in about 1/4 cup of pistachios. We're gonna fluff up this rice, and we're gonna plate this up over a little bed of some yogurt, that Greek yogurt, for some great cannabis-infused Greek Mediterranean flavors. So now that we finished up with our pita, let's talk garnishes and condiments. We've got some green onion, we've got some parsley, we've got some cucumber. We're gonna put that around the rice. And then for our pita chips, we've got some cannabis-infused tzatziki sauce, some hummus, and some Greek olive oil that we put some cannabis-infused olive oil in there with a little tarragon and a little bit of lemon. Let's plate up that lamb and rice, bring these flavors together for a cannabis-infused Mediterranean feast. So we've got our lamb and our rice mixture off the stove top. We've got our condiments fixed up. We're just gonna take a bed of that yogurt. We're gonna place that right in the corner of the plate. We're gonna get a nice helping on there with the cannabis-infused condiments. And we're gonna place our rice right on top of that. It's different, but it's a really nice way to display the rice and the beef together. Now that we got our rice on there, we're gonna place some of those thinly sliced cucumbers right around there. That goes really good with that yogurt flavor. We've got the hummus that we're gonna plate right next to that beautiful cannabis-infused pita chips, and just a little bit more of that cannabis-infused tzatziki sauce. If you want to win your very own Rapid Start, comment on this week's recipe, the cannabis-infused Mediterranean lamb rice, and you can win some Rapid Start so you can have some bigger roots that'll lead to bigger fruits. Hydroponic Chef, dfcradio.com.
And time moves slow and certainly we got no place to be. Where there's love, there is life, there's a hope and a dream. This is the place for you and me. We can go, we can stay, we can hide, we can run away. We can feel and swim in the ocean. We've fallen, life keeps calling. There's a fire on the horizon. There's a fire, so let it burn. We can
Welcome back, DFZ Radio. Hope you enjoyed watching that lamb infused Mediterranean rice. And we're back here with the good chefs, Chelsea and Mike. And they're doing the Connoisseur Club. Now,
What
do you think? Oh, I'm sorry, Lucy. Lucy, hey, Lucy's hanging out too. Yeah, by the way,
Whoa.
Lucy got me faded on her fucking pretzels. I haven't even got to try one of those cookies over there yet.
Pass it over.
I'm kind of sour about that.
You should have one too.
I've had those so many times.
There we go. There we go.
Let me
Jerome,
know when
when's
you
the
got white
first?
chocolate.
Jerome, where did
You're one of my regulars, and I just met you. I
Yeah,
love
Jerome,
it.
where did
That's
you
so
find
cool.
these at?
Huh? No, the trap shop. Well, you know,
The trap
that
shop.
shop.
Trap shop. That was my bread and butter right there.
Well, no, that shop particularly doesn't have shit on their shelves
yeah.
except those.
I know.
And these chocolate bars that it tastes terrible.
The Delta.
The Delta Nines taste like shit.
I know.
I don't know how they won an award. They,
Where else?
Well,
Can,
watch out.
maybe there's nothing else out on the market the year they won the award.
where
I
else
don't
can
know.
you find your product at, Lucy?
So there's a bunch of places actually, like in the OC and in San Bernardino, and there's a lot of places down in San Diego. Did I say that already? Like Treehouse has it. The THC ladies, they carry it. Firehouse, I think, carries it. Yeah, it's around. It's getting around. I have a really great team behind me, so it's really cool. I have salespeople who are out there, you know, like showing it to new shops and trying to get new orders. So yeah, we're growing a lot, and it should be like in your dispensary soon. Coming soon to your dispensary.
What's the new flavors next?
Oh, actually, so I do have something new coming out. I'm working on a vegan edible because people are always like, yo, I want something vegan. I'm not vegan myself. I don't really get veganism. I don't know. What do you guys think about being vegan?
I was vegan for fucking 6 years.
Really? Okay, cool.
Dude,
So-
tell them about the first thing you had when you stopped being vegan.
Oh,
this
so
is
this
a
is great.
fucking awesome story. Fool.
But the thing is my sister was going through cancer and I thought I was gonna leave her. So I was like, why am I gonna fucking not eat bacon and all these fucking things I used
Not
to love?
enjoy life. Why
I
are
was
you
just
not
trying to
going
be
to
healthy at the
enjoy?
time, you know, and I used to ride my bike a lot, yada yada. But either way, the first thing after 6 years, the morning I made an entire tray of bacon.
A whole package?
A whole package.
This
That's
is
you're
it
gonna
gets
train
better.
your-
It
That's
gets
a
better.
normal day?
For lunch, I had a Philly cheesesteak sandwich with some
my
cheese
God.
fries. And for dinner, we topped it off with a 4x4 from In-N-Out.
Yes.
And some cheese fries again. And I fucking puked.
That
my
just
brains
wrecked
out.
you.
Your body was like,
Absolutely, it said
Yeah.
absolutely not.
But think about it.
Absolutely not.
After that, he could pretty much eat anything after that, and you wouldn't.
Yeah,
get
vegans
sick.
out there, you won't die if you eat meat the next day or
It's like a
anything.
boot
I
camp.
ate like the most maximum amount of meat
Yeah,
possible.
your body just went on.
So you heard it.
A
You got the
normal
meat
person
sweat.
would have
You heard it here
vomited.
first.
You got the
3,000
meat
milligram
sweat.
edibles, and he'll eat meat till he freaking
He
pukes.
gets the meat sweat.
The meat.
Jerome, what are we smoking on?
This is some key lime pie right here.
Very tasty.
That shit doesn't suck, bro.
Hey, no, it
It
doesn't. Hey,
doesn't
shout
suck.
out to my team over at the Beach Center, dog. It takes
beach
teamwork to
mine.
make the dream work. And
There
I'm
you
not even
go.
going to hit it so
Yes.
you can keep ripping it. Because I would rather...
That's
Hey,
nice.
it's like a chef eating your food. Anybody tasting your
right.
shit, you're
You
like,
know
if
how
you
it
like
is.
it,
Yeah.
here, you
Yeah.
finish it. I would rather you...
I ain't gonna bullshit. When I got
yeah.
done cooking that lamb, I ate that shit.
the whole thing.
Mandatory.
Oh, he had a lamb for
yeah.
himself and a lamb for others. right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you got it when you're cooking on camera, which is fucking incredibly hard. I just
Yes.
want to.
That's
Yes.
why I always
I do
volunteer
this
to
every.
make a salad.
I do this every week for you guys. You
do
know
a
what I
good
mean?
job.
Yes.
I
You
sit
do
there
great.
with my wife behind the camera, cussing her out for the fucking angles. Shout
Yes.
out to you, babe. Thank you for your patience
There it
with me.
is.
I know I'm a fucking asshole when it comes to the cooking thing. I'm like not quite Gordon Ramsay, but I'm somewhere between like
Oh my
drunk. I'm
God.
drunk, belligerent, fucking
Oh
Guy
my
Fieri.
goodness.
Just imagine Guy with no frosted tips, but just drunk as shit, yelling, "God damn, fucking shut the kids up!" Fucking.
Bloody
Get
hell.
that dog! Give me a dab!
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
Oh
I'm
my
not that
God.
bad, but it's almost like that. Then
Turn on the water.
I love it.
So I do this every week for you guys. I love to bring these guests in the studio and chat with you guys. And Jerome and Lucy, thank you for coming in. So
For
every week we do this every Tuesday night. Farm to Table Cannabis. Is there anyone you guys want to give a shout out before we hit the road?
Yeah, I mean, just go check out our website, check out our membership. It's the ccclub.com, and then our Instagram is culinarycannaclub. And yeah, we're just excited about it happening and still looking for some sponsors. So
Lucy, he's destroying this last bit of these edibles right
I
here.
love it. No,
it's
You
this
wrecked
gold
us.
one.
I know, I keep
You
going
wrecked
like
us with
this
the
every
edibles,
couple
Chef
inches.
Mike.
There's a gold one.
Some of the pretzels are sprinkled with real
got
gold.
the
I was
gold.
tripping when I saw
I
that at
love
first. I
it.
was
Holy
like,
shit, Rose Gold's gonna fucking sue somebody.
Yeah,
It's just
maybe.
really
It's
gold.
not really
Yeah,
though.
no.
But seriously, like everything is meticulously created for your pleasure. So watching somebody enjoy the pleasure that I put
It's
into it,
the
it's
best
like
well, this is great. This is the
amazing.
first time I've eaten gold. I've watched 2 Chainz fucking
fancy.
do it.
Let me get a
all the
picture.
time on
2 Chainz
TV.
do it.
It's an epic moment.
Let me get a picture
So
of
we're
that
at-
before you take it in your mouth.
So before we sign off, Jerome's going to eat
Oh,
this gold
shit,
edible.
look at
Chef
this.
Mike, thank you for coming through and getting us dabbed out. Chelsea,
yeah.
thank you for all the culinary cannabis knowledge. Lucy, the edibles, fantastic. We can't wait to
Anytime.
see how far you go with this. So
Thank you.
tune in every week.
Hey, what's
Farm to
y'all's
Table
Instagram?
Cannabis.
Say them again.
Oh yeah, let me do.
We're
mine.
all stoners out there. You got to realize that shit.
Yes.
My third Instagram is Lucy Goosey LA. Just simple. Yeah.
If you get this fucking chick deleted, you guys.
I
swear
know,
to God.
guys. Be nice, please. but
Internet
anyways,
haters
yeah,
out
follow
there.
me.
And then
please.
you guys out there, the culinary unicorn.
No, I've got 2 of them: the culinary unicorn, and then I've got the baked unicorn. So those are both of my.
And mine is
Instagrams.
at the Golden Shatter Dabbers. So think of them golden showers, and it's just golden shatter.
Okay, there we
The
go.
Golden Shatter
Jerome
Dabber.
Howard.
My
And you
husband,
can
ladies
follow.
and
You can
gentlemen.
follow our main man co-host of the evening. You know what's good at. What's
You
good.
say it, gringo is motherfucker, dude.
Okay, say it.
You know was good.
Oh,
man.
I forgot the Z in there. Oh,
Was good.
People
Was
use that
good.
shit all
DJ
day, every
Weirdo.
day. You know what's good.
Thank
and
you.
know the show.
Thank you to the sound man Saint. Thank you to all our wonderful sponsors
Yeah.
at DSE Radio, GH, Botanicare.
Shout out to
All of them.
Prolific Mike. We're going out to a song right here.
We're going to go listen to 420 Green Street from Prolific Mike White.
Shout out to Liberty Cannabis Beach Center. Bomba Suite out there. You know what's good.
What the hell's going on here?
That's not the right
Oh,
track.
crap.
It's all right, Mike. We're going to get your shit playing, Prolific Michael.
What's going on, Mike?
Mike, why you got Action Bronson all up on your mixtape?
That was Ashley Bronson. All right.
That's okay. Here's 420 Green
Here
Street.
we go.
This is the
420
real-
Green Street.
I prefer
Don't
this,
get
I
us
prefer this
kicked off
anyway.
YouTube, too.
Yeah, that will
We good.
All right, DFZ Radio, Farm to Table Cannabis, 420 Green Street.
Yeah. I'm making these green beats to serve what these fiends need. I'm smoking the green weed. Yo, I'm tripping on Doja. Mommy's better. But Poppy's roller. Oh yeah. Roller. Poppy's roller. I'm tripping on Doja at 420 Green Street. I broke out the green piece. I'm cheaping with green peas. Yeah. Hoping we bring peace when we cheat green. Hoping we bring peace when we cheat green. April 20th, 2018. 420 Green Street. 420 Green Street. 420 Green Street. 2018. April 20th, 2018. 420 Green Street. 420 Green Street. 420 Green Street.
Alright. And I be just chillin'. AC on, time killing. I'm a reverend, and I preach when I'm out the green leaves like sheesh. He's strong, I'm Cheech. Tripping out the Doja, and it's got my eyes low, knees weak. I'm in the zone, bringing a 40 and a shawty back to my home. You know I got it. I treat the track like Dennis Street, and I floss it. I never stop flowing like a stream. Blowing lots of smoke, not steam. Yeah, did I mean? I'm feeling myself. I'm floating through air, loving all the atmosphere. Down 420 Green Street, and I swear, all of my homies are there. Giving daps, saying sup. walking with a mixture in my cup, and we got to live it up. Spread knowledge to the pups. It's a block party on April 20th. We getting naughty, kick it with everybody, all my friends and all the shouters.
420 Green Street, 420 Green Street, 420 Green Street, 2018, April 20th, 2018. 420 Green Street, 420 Green Street, 420 Green Street.
I'm tripping on Doja, 420 Green Street. I'm chilling with weed heads, they planting the green seed, they planning to succeed. With the whole world smoking weed, negotiations are over and we have agreed. THC, CBD, USD, TAXXX, to this green economy, to this green economy. April 20th, 2018.
Yeah, that's the day. We're smoking purple grapes and we're staying so high. 420 Green Street, that's the place. Yeah, that's the day. We're smoking purple grapes and we're staying so high. 420 Green Street, that's the place. Up my sleeve, I got an ace. Several grabs that we could take to the face. Hit it slow, it's not a race. I really like the way that Mary Jane's lips taste. She planted kisses on my face on her birthday.
April 20th, 2018. 420 Green Street, 420 Green Street, 420 Green Street, 2018. April 20th, 2018. 420 Green Street, 420 Green Street, 420 Green Street, 2018.